Hi everyone, my name is Heather and I'm an enrolled agent. In today's video, we're talking about BOI reporting, also known as beneficial ownership information. Do businesses formed in 2025 or previously in 2024 or businesses set up before that even do need to file BOI reporting still? I'm going to go ahead and talk about this in today's video, and I'm going to go ahead and provide you the most recent information issued by BOI. So let's get started. Okay, so I'm on the FinCEN website right now, and I can tell you just by going on the website clearly that as of March 26, 2025, you can see that on the screen that all entities created in the United States, including those previously known as domestic reporting companies, and their beneficial owners are now exempt from requirement. What does that exactly mean? So basically, all U.S. domestic companies or entities, if you have an LLC in the US, it's a domestic LLC, it's a domestic corporation, it's a domestic company, it's a domestic business. You do not need to file BOI anymore. So it's exempt. So why did FinCEN do that? I think they did an analysis and it turned out that it was turning out to be more of a burden on the businesses to file the BOI with FinCEN. I think FinCEN wanted to know who owned the corporation, and they wanted it for whatever purpose. I think mostly for informational purposes. It was actually free to file the BOI. Just letting you know, I'm pretty sure a lot of CPAs and enrolled agents and a lot of other professionals have charged clients for BOI reporting, and from my practical experience, I've seen. Some of them have charged up to $300 or $400 for a BOI reporting. I did not charge any of my clients for BOI reporting simply because it was a very simple and straightforward concept and a process actually to do the BOI. I did that on the FinCEN website a few times. It is very simple. It is very easy to do. It takes you almost 10 minutes to complete a BOI. So I know a lot of taxpayers were kind of in the dark where they did not knew that BOI was that simple to do, and they've paid their professionals quite a hefty amount. But whatever is done now. If you're gonna go ahead and set up an LLC in 2025, you do not need to worry about BOI unless you are a foreign entity. So if you are a foreign domestic corporation, then BOI comes into play for you. But as long as you are just a US domestic company or a US domestic business, you don't have to worry about it. I'm going to go ahead and tell you a few other clauses from the BOI's website that I noted down that might help you understand BOI a little more. So, like I said, if a foreign entity which is formed abroad, basically outside the United States, if you register in the US, then you have the BOI reporting that you still need to do it. If you were formed before March 26th, 2025, which is, you see that alert on the screen right now. If you were formed before that date, then you have to file your BOI by April 25th, 2025, which is of course gone now. We're already past that point. But for foreign entities who will be forming after March 26th, 2025, whenever you register, like let's say you form an entity right now in the next month, you will have 30 days with like 30 days of registration time to file your BOI. So whenever you register, you have 30 days to file your BOI as a foreign company, not a US domestic company. So this is the latest update from BOI, from FinCEN for BOI. So like I said, if you are a US based company, domestic company, domestic business, do not need to worry about BOI anymore. A lot of people who have their businesses before that even, and they were worried about that they haven't filed their BOI, and they were waiting for the decision from the court case that was going on. If you haven't filed your BOI yet, you don't have to worry about it anymore. So it's gone pretty much for US businesses at least. So that is it for today's video. Just wanted to give you a quick heads up that BOI is no longer relevant for companies who are US domestic. Like you can see from the website, if you just go on FinCEN.gov right now, this is what you see as an alert on the top, letting you know that you don't have to worry about BOI if you are a domestic reporting company in the US. So you're exempt from the BOI. Anyway, that is the most recent update on BOI. Would it change in the coming future? I don't think so. It is unlikely, but this is what we have from FinCEN lately. So I think FinCEN is going to stand on this in the future, and US companies, US domestic businesses would not need to worry about this FinCEN requirement anymore. And it was a pain for companies to file this, at least, because they were those who did not do their research that it was that simple to file. They were just worrying about this, but like I said, you don't have to worry about this anymore. BOI is pretty much exempt for domestic companies now. I think this was helpful, and if this was, I would say go ahead and follow us on this channel, since we usually post most recent updates, which is tax based. Anything that helps with your financial making financial decisions, we usually post information like that on the channel to make sure that you guys can save in taxes every year. Go ahead and subscribe us, and I'll see you in the next video.